Welcome to Dev Bakery's first full video. I will be making 20 games without using tutorials. This is the 20 game challenge, a website my friend showed me where you learn and build fundamental skills for game development by recreating older games. We start in phase 1 for the first 10 games where you can choose between similar level games, starting with the game being simple like Pong and becoming more complex over time, like game 10 including Minecraft and game 9 including Mario Kart. I'm pretty excited for those later on. In this video, I'll be showing game 1. I have chosen Pong and will be doing this the whole challenge using Godot. I am using version 4.6 of Godot currently. Here's a quick look at the final product. This is the main menu. So I started by creating the scene structure. I have core files, I have resource files, some testing, and UI. From there, I created the player paddle using a color rectangle and just making it completely white. Initially, I had the player paddle controlled with the mouse, just matching the mouse position, but this seemed too powerful for the player, so I changed it to keyboard controls. Most of the movement in this game will be using Godot's physics engine to make collisions easy. So moving paddles just takes inputs and sets the Y velocity to paddle speed depending on the direction. So I have paddle speed, I'm setting velocity to the paddle speed. This is the same for the AI's movement, except I added a slight delay, a dead zone, and a lower speed than the players. The AI checks the ball Y position and either moves up or down at the set speed. After testing the movements for the paddle, I ran into my first issue. In my play area, I added the top and bottom walls here, which caused the paddles to collide into them, and it kind of caused a bug where they would disappear due to collisions. So I had to do some weird workaround using an area 2Ds and to stop the paddles if they reached the area, to stop them before colliding into the wall. This was before I learned about clamping. So there's a function called clamping that pretty much does the exact same thing, so I wouldn't have had to do these. However, I already had it completed, so I just left it into my game. After that, I worked on the game ball. I had to mess around with the speed and size of the ball to get a good game flow. In the game, I spawn the ball and I delete it from the tree at the start and when I score. So I set up some ready processes to pick a random angle to shoot the ball when it spawned in. I wanted to accelerate the ball over time, so I added a incremental speed vector that takes the linear velocity and multiplies it by a small amount, and I set that to a constant force to apply on the ball so that it slowly increases speed over time. I also use a move and collide function to check for collisions and to move the ball around. When it checks for collisions, I had a weird issue where each single hit or collision would count as two collisions, so I was printing it out like it would print out 2 collisions on the same wall twice in a row. So I had to create a previous collider variable and just keep track of that so I can filter out that second hit and just get the first one. And that's where I play a sound effect I made using Audacity. So I created a sound effect I quickly made in Audacity by tapping my mug. I thought it was funny, but it turned out really nice, making the ball sound like hitting glass. Once all that was done, I had the main components, so I added some code in the main to track the score, link it to my UI using signals and game area to check for scoring. I later added a main menu and touched it up a bit. And that is how we got to the final game. There was a few road bumps, but overall a smooth start to the challenge. I uploaded this to my itch.io. I can include that in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. I am improving my editing and content creation skills as well, so please consider subscribing to support and follow along my journey. Next time we will take a look at game 2. Please let me know in the comments below, should I do Jetpack Joyride or Breakout?